want to start us off?
Jacob, how do you sum that one up?
I mean, just like the other ones. I mean, we're competing. I mean, we're showing a different kind of toughness now because it's easy as these things get on to lose belief, and they're not. So this is even better showing. And obviously the Kings are the benchmark of the league. They just went and spanked someone by, whatever it was. And we come in on their home floor. We've played a couple of games in a row. And don't get me wrong, I'm not making excuses right now by no means. We lost that basketball game today because I'm not disrespecting. But what I'm saying about our guys is we're showing a different kind of toughness right now. And every time we play one of these games, we get a little bit tougher. So for the future, for everyone's future in the room, it's got to be bright.
Past sort of few games, really pushing Cairns, push the Kings. There a level of frustration that there wasn't this fight earlier in the season?
Sorry, what is that?
When you show the fight that you've shown today and against Cairns in the most recent game before that, is there a level of frustration that you weren't able to produce that earlier in the season?
No. I don't mean to be rude, but no. I mean, I'm not going to dog these guys. They're taking enough hits with the injuries at the beginning of the year. Sorry, we didn't have 3 Americans. We had a young group. There was a lot of, and I'm not making excuses, but I'm not going to be frustrated with them by no means. I'm going to teach them, and I'm going to grow with them in my role, but I'm definitely never going to be frustrated with these group of men.
You mentioned, I think they've won their past 5 by a combined 110 points or so, but the 4 games you've played, I mean, there was a buzzer beater to beat you guys, the other 2 were pretty close. Do you have a blueprint to beat them, or is it just the rivalry that you think brings out the best and most intensity from you guys?
Our last games, it's been the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I thought we played a little bit better today, and we had to against such a quality opposition. But I mean, I don't know if it's the rivalry or anything like that. I mean, do we have a rivalry against Cairns? Do we have a rivalry against Adelaide? Do we have we're just a bunch of kids. We've got a bunch of guys that play hard, and we got our warts, as do everyone. But it's just we're just a bit undermanned right now. But I got no super duper blueprint to keep it close with the Kings by no means. We got our blueprint, and that's what that's where we'll stick it, and that's where we'll grow.
You talk about how undermanned you are. Are there learning moments in these games you can teach these guys? And there was a late foul, I think, when you guys had a 1-point lead. Derek Waltz coming out and needless foul that were over the limit, puts them back in front. That's something you can teach them.
Yeah, I have to. I've put my when I was at a high school cap back on in a stage, and I'm speaking to Davo all the time. He's growing every game. He was Lockie again. They're doing good, and it's also Greeter coming in. He hasn't played in 3 years. There's some things he did tonight that cost us, but I'm not going to come out and say that it's Greeter's fault. He's learning. We've got a bunch of guys where. Sammy's getting a lot more attention right now. Deng's Deng. You know what I mean? This has to be for us to survive. I have to teach. You know what I mean? I have to teach and I have to support. You know what I mean? And that's where my question answered. That's where I'm coming at you with is teaching and supporting. But within that, we have to focus on winning. You know what I mean? And I think what we've done well for these last couple is put ourselves in a position to win every time. Which what I would say to you about your previous question was, we didn't do that at the beginning of the year, yes, but it still wasn't frustrating. It was teaching and learning.
What was it in the first quarter that you think you guys did really well to sort of hold them in transition and get a bunch of points on the board?
Oh, I think we're obviously we come out, we're pretty good in the first, except for the last game against Cairns. We've been pretty good. I don't know, again, we don't have a plan to say this is it, and we're going to run this to do this, and we're going to surprise anyone. I just think as the game goes on in fatigue, we do slip a little bit, as does every team. And basketball is a game of runs. We have been ahead in the first quarter, and we have lost at the end of games. But we were down last quarter, and we came back, and basically right now is we just can't hold a run. My biggest thing with our group right now, when we're at that 5 and 6 point up, it's not putting a foot on the throat, it's just maintaining. And we don't do a great job right now as maintaining.
You say Greta had a tough one tonight after a few good games. Wani had, I think, one of his better games of the season. How good is it to see someone like him step up, especially at this point where you can have these sort of learning, teaching moments and him kind of come into his own a little bit?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we've invested in all these guys. So, and right now is with the pressure that they have, they're going to be up and down. One is, with all of them right now, they're investing in their future in the off season and what the decisions they're making, and they're going to work on their games. And what they're doing right now is a belief. They're trying to find a way to believe in themselves, and they're also letting me, as you can see, this is a total different thing. And credit to our guy, I didn't think I'd have to be the way I am to them on the sideline, and they're letting me because they do believe in what we're doing here. Davo needs a question, guys.
I'm good.
Davo, when he talks about that and the guys believing in what he's doing and the fact that there's the vibes around the team have been quite positive even with the losing record, where do you think that comes from?
I just think we all get along as like guys, that we're all young, and I guess a lot of us are sort of on that same journey of just trying to break through, get our foot in the door, and just through that we sort of find comfort in each other. Where we do things off the court, we're like pretty good friends outside of that, and it makes it easy when you come into an environment where Jake sort of can facilitate that, and I guess that's where the whole playing hard has come from. Not trying to knock anybody, but we've just this core little group of young guys. We've found that we're pretty close to each other, so we're sort of playing for each other in that sense.
So in saying that, do you feel like the pressure of the increased opportunity sort of goes away, and then you can go and play pretty freely with guys that you get along?
Yes and no. Like obviously it's still like I'm learning a lot as this is coming, as it's all going on. But it does make that pressure a little easier when you've got guys in your corner that are constantly telling you things. Like Peyton was great at that. Mike Frazier, he's awesome at that. Guys have been around, and it just helps a lot. But obviously still a lot of growing to go for a lot of us.
Davo, what's the vibe out like there on the court when there's 13,000 Kings fans screaming at you?
Not how I imagined it. It's a lot. It's just a lot crazier than I could have imagined. But when you're out there, you sort of forget that you're in front of that many people. You're just sort of focused on what you need to do in your job.
Jake, second straight game, I think you've opted and go over Froling in the kind of dying minutes of the game. What goes into that decision as far as what you want from that position?
It's just a coaching decision right now. There's nothing predetermined in what we do. I've stated I love Sam Froling, but there's certain things right now. This is another step for him where now he needs to handle double teams. He needs to handle. He's number one probably on the scouting report right now. And then the other thing is we have to be fair in this thing. The reason we are doing what we're doing right now is it's got to be totally transparent and fair. Mango is playing well, he plays. Now he also, when he doesn't play well, he does, as does Deng. And it's just the last two is Sam. It's nothing, it's no big time plan or anything like that. It just happened. I didn't think it would happen again. But I think again, the Perth game, it was Sam and Mango that finished the game. And then Sam has finished a bunch of games. So it's just right now is what it is. It's just right now a decision being made on the court, and tomorrow will be a new day.
Matty McQuaid.
Jake, mate, obviously, a disappointing season. The positives, really by necessity, of playing these young kids, and the guy to your left, Lockie Dent, who again had a big game. You talked about Sam, he's still a young, developing big guy. Breeder obviously is getting better. Their growth in this patch and in this space, how much confidence does that kind of give you moving forward, looking towards next season for the club?
Yeah, I think the thing I want to state right now, our record is disappointing. Our injuries are disappointing. The way we're playing right now, we're losing and it's disappointing, but the way we're playing isn't disappointing. And I'm not trying to be rude. I know I've been a bit abrupt today in this one, but look, this is going to be vital for everyone in that room. You know what I mean? Just in the thing of, you know, even the older guys right now is that they can be trusted, they can be trusted in this environment where we're not losing our minds. So if you're here next year and you're not here next year, and you want a guy, I'd take a Hawk guy because he's good in bad situations. He's good. He's going to be on your side. You know what I mean? So with everyone is their confidence. Their confidence should be high in regard to their development, but we should be also feeling it a bit because we are losing. You know what I mean? And we can't go away from the narrative of the fact that we're in professional sport and we are losing. And we have to remind ourselves more about that than competing. You know what I mean? And that's part of my job as well.
Davo, just one from me quickly. Can you just talk briefly about Jake and kind of the strength he's shown to you guys through all of this, through all the adversity? You guys, I know he doesn't like talking about it because he thinks it's an excuse, but you know this is kind of unprecedented with losing 3 imports to season-ending injuries and a 4th one for another reason. But can you just sort of talk on the day-to-day what Jacob's meant to you and the group in kind of the strength he's shown, the strength of character he's shown from start to finish really this season?
Ooh.
Nah, he's been awesome. You know, like he sort of threw me a lifeline coming in here, and he's just he's hard on me, but I know that's how Jake rolls. You know, at the end of the day, it's all love. You know, we come from the same junior club, and I sort of knew he'd be hard coming in, and you know the guys they respond well to it. It's sort of like you come in and you enjoy the people that you're around, and you know Jake's a big reason for that. So we're just trying to keep the positive vibes around and not, you know, fall apart in the way that things have been going, you know, vis-a-vis our record or whatever. But yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Anyone else? You good boys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good to see you.